What's up, guys? Big John, AppalachiaTCG, at the Smango on Twitter, YouTube. We got Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Anyways, today we're talking about Flesh and Blood and Commoner. All right, we just wrapped up tonight, literally about an hour ago, we just wrapped up our Season 2 Commoner, Season 2 Commoner Armory event. Okay, let's see here. I wonder if it'll actually let me bring up who played, what happened there. We'll try to bring that up. Let's see. I'm gonna log into my gym. Should show us the results, and we'll just talk about Commoner tonight a little bit, and what we're going to go from there in Flesh and Blood at AppalachiaTCG. It should be pretty epic. Looking forward to the new year. All right, let's see. So it is in the books. Recent view event. All right. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so it's going to show us this. Let's go to the screen here. Anyway, we'll talk about I'll talk about what everybody played tonight. All right, so we got the spreadsheet open, what everybody played. I've removed everybody's name, so we'll cut to that now. All right, hopefully you guys can see this. Why do I have to? Whoops. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this. We'll move my head out of the way. All right, so the first round, we played the first round. We had Oldham versus Dash. So that was Oldham versus Dash in the first round. Dash took the W, which was me. I will go ahead and say J is me. We had Aurora versus Bravo. Aurora and Bravo here. And then we had Terra and Rhinar. So we had Terra and Rhinar. And we had Phi and Ira. So Bravo won his round. Terra won her round. And Ira won her round. So I'll go ahead and say Dash. These wide heroes are extremely good in Commoner. Well, you got Dash, Phi, Aurora, Ira. They're really good. So really, we had three Guardians, and they was blocking like crazy. In the next round, we had Bravo 1 versus Terra. Then we had Ira versus me, and Ira actually beat me. I actually got fatigued using Dash. That was interesting. It come down 1-1 or 2-1, something like that, and I ended up getting fatigued by Ira. But yeah, I ended up just losing to Kadachis. That was interesting. Ryan R1 versus Phi, and Aurora 1 versus Oldham. In round 2. Round 3, which is where we usually quit, but since it was a store championship tonight, we decided to do a cut to the top 4, which is something we've not really done before, but it was interesting. But we had Bravo win versus Ira. We had Terra versus Aura. Terra won. We had me versus Rhinar, so Dash versus Rhinar. And we had Phi versus Oldham. All right, so then we cut to the top 4. The top 4 was Bravo, Dash, Ira, and Terra. So that should give you an idea. I don't have everybody's deck list. Maybe we'll share that eventually. I try to put my decks on Fabry.net. I actually took out Bravo, and the person that plays Bravo is one of the better players, probably the best. He's one that got Flesh and Blood started around Sarasville, Kentucky anyway. One of the best players with Bravo. I ended up taking out with I got Go Again with a pistol, took him out for 2 damage. Like the last play almost. It was crazy. Then ended up with a rematch versus Ira. Ira took out Tara. That was interesting. And I actually got the win versus Ira. So I got my payback. Ended up with, which is my store. So I don't really, I was going to give away a prize and I just didn't give away anything. I gave, promos away that LSS gave us. But yeah, it was kind of epic. It was an epic night. So, sum up Commoner. Commoner has this sort of meta, at least here in AppalachiaTCG, that a lot of people like to play Guardians and they like to play wide, fast heroes. Dash, very strong. The Hyperdriver, I don't know why some things get banned, but Hyperdriver isn't banned in Commoner because it's crazy how much value you get. Like everything does 4 or 5 damage for 1 or 0. Like 0 to 60 is 0 cost for 4, and it has go again. Like it's insane. Then you have, if you start adding boom grenades to your boom grenades is sick. Then I've started finding out these payloads that do dominate, and always run the pistol. I think the pistol's the most consistent weapon for dash, and I'll do a dash breakdown too. But other heroes I've done really well with is Fi. I've actually done okay with Terra. I still think Terra needs something. He's missing a lot of stuff in Commoner. Oldhime is actually really fun in Commoner. He does really well with fatigue. I can see him doing really well, like just big brute. I don't think brutes do that well in Commoner. I think they run out of gas too soon. That's just my opinion, and I've not really played a brute. I think I might try a brute here. Maybe we're going to move to spice up our armory a little bit. We're going to bump up to Clash. So let me switch over to the big screen again. So we're going to switch over to Clash and to kind of spice up our armory nights, because we've been doing Commoner for 2 straight months. So we're going to bump up the Clash, and everybody's got a lot better. Everybody's knows how the game's played. They've got cards. It's time to move up just a little bit, at least. I think, in Eastern Kentucky, we're wanting to play the game. We're not necessarily wanting everybody to just bankroll with, legendaries and majestics and take the fun out of the game for people that might want to come in now. But people are more than welcome to come in. You can actually play a blitz deck right off the shelf for Clash. That's totally okay. Clash is cool. It's we're going to play it as Commoner in the armory, but we're going to just spice it up, play Commoner in our armories. We're going to name it as Commoner, but we're going to play Clash. Clash lets you use majestic weapons, rares in your library, and specialization cards. Pretty cool. Still don't have to worry about majestic armors and legendaries, stuff like that. Virtually the same price. Some specialization cards might cost $1 or $2. It literally might go from $5 Commoner to $15, $20 Clash. So we're moving up. Eventually we're going to try to get everybody in CC, which will take longer, or Blitz or something like that. But I think the game is great. I think Commoner is a great place, in my opinion, to start your armories. I think it's cheap. It gets people that are already invested in a card game. They can play. They don't have to spend their whole paycheck trying to get in the flesh and blood. And you're pretty much on the even playing ground, because everybody starts out. There's no high value cards in Commoner. It's going to be interesting how everybody does Clash. I think Clash is going to be cool to try out. I think it's going to add a little bit more spice. And the cool thing about Clash too is it doesn't have a lot of net decks. And what a net deck is like a deck you just get, a tournament deck that you just printed offline. You're going to have to learn how to deck build some. You're going to have to deck build how you like to play. Learn the people you're playing against, how they play, and build your deck towards that. I think that's interesting. There's not a lot of Clash decks available on Fabry.net. That's great to me. I'm trying to get better at deck building. I've got a lot better. since playing, learning how the game works, learning how your hero works. I'm telling you guys, if you're starting, if there's a LGS or people that play Flesh and Blood and they're nearby, or you're wanting to start a community, I think Commoner is 150% the best format for you to start in. I would say that for Magic the Gathering or whatever. You don't start with the highest. Don't. If you're already invested in Flesh and Blood and you want people to play the game, don't start them out in CC or Blitz. Don't take them to the Armory and put them against the veterans. I just, that's just my opinion. Now, somebody that's used to card games, somebody that's used to competitiveness, and you know, even for me when I first started playing Flesh and Blood, I was on this, you know, Magic the Gathering. I got Magic the Gathering. I got Flesh and Blood. I'm trying out, and I'm like, do I really want to invest in this game? You know, you sit on this little teeter-totter, then you go to Armory, and you get absolutely gut stomped because you don't have the cards, you don't really understand the game. It's more like you don't understand the game and you don't have the cards, too. Like, it's not that I would have had the cards and been able to win. I don't think that. But, like, whenever I thought a Blitz deck was ready to play in Armory for a Blitz Armory, and it's absolutely not. Like 100% not ready. I mean, you can still do, probably, you can get lucky, I guess. I really think that Commoner is the best way. It lets people play and figure out how the game flows. They get to try a million different heroes because it's cheap. Like, you can get these cards at the house. You know, I guess you could, if you really wanted to, you could, proxy all these cards and learn how to play, I guess. I don't know. But eventually we'll get there. You know, we want people to play. We want people to collect. And I really just think Commoner is a great format. Now, after playing, I mean, we started at Betsy Lane 2, and then we started getting our own official Armory. So it's been 5, almost 6 months without having official armories of playing Commoner. So we've run Commoner dry just about, and I think everybody's wanting to spice it up a little bit, and I think just throwing rare cards in there is going to be great. And as the community grows, as Flesh and Blood grows, and AppalachiaTCG, it's going to be awesome. But if you're wanting tips for Commoner, you got to play staples. You got to play Sink Belows. You got to play Razor Reflexes. Unfortunately, Dash doesn't have no attack or defensive reactions. You're pretty much doing as much damage as you can each turn. Okay, so I recommend, if you can dominate somebody in Commoner, you're really, like, dominate's great in all formats, but if you're dominating somebody in Commoner, it's almost devastating because they don't have, you got to think you can only have 2 cards of a kind. Your armor's not very good, so when your armor's dead, they can't really block. You only got up to maybe 4 defensive reactions, maybe. Most people play 2. Dominate is sick. And if they're not arsenaling, Dominate just wrecks people. So if you can pump up cards and Dominate, it does a lot of damage. But you need to be able to do that at least 2 or 3 or 4 times, I think. I think you need to have at least 4 options within your deck to dominate. If you're going to run Dominate and no attack reactions, you got to have Dominate in there. Attack reactions. Attack reactions are crazy in Commoner. You got Pummels, you got Razor Reflexes, you got Warrior attack reactions. There are a billion of them. Dory's really good in Commoner with the Fatigue Axe even. You could run Fatigue a Decimator. That's fun. It's a fun build. But you know, people I've seen strong in Commoner: Odom, Dash, Fi, Ira is really good. Aurora come out of nowhere and is really good. I still think she needs something else, but she can run Rosetta Thorn. I just think she's a good hero. She's a good hero in CC for sure, and probably Blitz. But she's missing something in Commoner. She don't have it, and they got rid of Aether Iron Weave, so that hurt the format for her, but she's another dash almost. It's like almost the same play style. You just go. But yeah, that's Commoner. This season 2 wrap up. It was epic. It was a fun time. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. We're going to move the clash next week. Hope you guys like kind of videos like this. I can sit down in front of the camera and just talk about Flesh and Blood and card games all the time. I just try to do that every day now or something. Try to get some more content out on YouTube, Facebook. But yeah, check out the YouTube channel. Check out the podcast. The new episode just released. If you're in McGoffin County, Eastern Kentucky, check us out at AppalachiaTCG. We'd be glad to have you, teach you how to play Flesh and Blood. Buy singles. AppalachiaTCG.com. And this is TCG Player Pro Store. Use it. Ship it. I'm going to start adding stuff to the online store eventually. So check out the website, guys. Follow me over on Twitter. Play Commoner. I'm telling you, if you're wanting to start Flesh and Blood community, Commoner is great. 100% recommend it, playing it first. It'll get everybody up to par, kind of how the game works, and then you can move on to other formats, and the game will be a lot smoother. I think, final thoughts, I think since Classic Constructed takes so long, it's a longer format because you got 40 health, you got 60 cards. It takes a long time to get through the game. I mean, relatively speaking, like you could have a crazy hand and, whatever. But when you're teaching the game, I've noticed a lot of people don't grasp the game real quick. So I'm a person that I need a lot of quantity to learn it. All right. So I've played a lot of Commoner now. I really grasp Flesh and Blood at this point. I can jump into a game of Blitz. I can jump into a game of CC and be decent at it. But now I need to move up to the other formats and play that style because, I got to know what to expect. But at least I know the fundamentals of the game. I really think Commoner is a good basis to get the fundamentals down. Everybody's willing to spend $5-10 on a deck and learn how to play. Okay, they're not necessarily ready to spend. They look at a net deck on Fabry and they see the tournament decks that cost $700-800. It scares people to death. Okay, so and they know you're probably not going to win if you bring in your $50 deck against this $800 tournament deck. That's just how people's minds work. Okay, if you want to grow the community, I'm telling you, Commoner is just the perfect format to start this game with. It's way better than Blitz. I would stay away from Blitz unless it's a Blitz pre-con. Now, if you want to get the first strike decks and play against each other, that's fine. If you want to get the pre-cons and play against each other, that's fine. Do not let somebody play a Blitz pre-con versus a constructed Blitz deck. No. If you're playing legendaries against a pre-con, just tell them you're going to take them out and put other stuff in there. So, I don't know. If you're wanting to play Blitz, at least lower your deck down, I think. That's the problem with Blitz, I think. I think it's a worse CC, because you only got 20 health. You could almost do 20 health in one turn, probably, if you wanted to, with all the cards. Then you'd be like, oh, well, that's the game, I guess. But anyways, guys, that's my thoughts, Commoner. It'd be cool if I could have recorded this stuff. Hopefully, if I get a more dedicated spot, we can start recording matches or stuff. It's just a lot to bring equipment out and down and stuff like that. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this type of video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of Commoner. We'll see you guys in the next one.